Technology is increasingly becoming an integral part of our lives and is transforming the spaces we work in. Hello and welcome to Expert Advice. Today I have with me our architecture and interior design expert Sapna Srivastava, who will be talking on how technology is affecting office space design. Let us first welcome our very special guest of the day. Welcome to the show, Sapna.
Hi Pooja, it's great to be here again.
Thank you so much. Even we are very glad to have you here. See, it's often said that technology is making us lazy. So when it comes to technology being used in office space design, is it making the employees lazy and they are leading a sedentary lifestyle?
Definitely technology in all aspects. Why I say offices, I think in our lives technology has made us lazy, and it has made our life easier. So
Correct.
There is you do not need to make so much physical effort to do certain tasks. In office spaces, yes, because our work is now more on our devices, so we just need to plug in our devices and we are working, and we are even to meet a person in an office, probably a colleague, you don't need to get up and go and say hi to that person and go to that desk. You can just type in, and you can just send you can use your window messengers and say hi to them. This has been realized by office designers, office planners, office management, that movement is decreasing among office goers, which is leading to unhealthy conditions for them, which is leading to a lot of health problems for them, and it has to be tackled at certain level. A lot of offices we see now are including gyms and play areas, table tennis, carom and things like that, so that off and on, during break areas they can go to those places and they can get some movement, they can do some games, mornings they can use the gym, evenings they can use the gym. But it has been seen this is more of a voluntary action. Person must be keen to go and use it. How do we include involuntary movement, which can be done through design? So now office planners are designing spaces so that involuntarily a person will have to make a movement. Okay. In terms that now we have central staircases which are very attractively designed. So once you enter the office, you have a very attractive central grand staircase, and you are much more encouraged to use that staircase. Your bins are located strategically so that if you have to throw something, you need to get up from your chair and throw that into the bin. Your coffee vending machines, your pantries, your breakout areas are being strategically located, so a person will move from the desk and go to that particular area. The breakout areas, or even we have seen in a lot of IT companies especially, where people spend a lot of time, work hours there. Instead of having a conventional conference room, they have conference room with bean bags and lounges, so that people are not sitting in the same posture anymore, and they can relax and they can change their posture. So the idea is to bring in movement, in your daily work. Standing desks are another way of bringing in. Within the office space, a certain space is allocated for standing workstations. So a person who wants to take a break from sitting, he can just go and put his laptop on the standing workstation and can work there standing, get some movement into the limbs. There are wall-mounted monitors, which makes it easier for you to stand and work. Workstations, as I said, are getting adjustable. So if you want, you're just getting tired of sitting, you can just increase the height of your workstation. There are controllers, smart controllers, you just press of a button, your workstation height will increase. You stand and you can work, or you can change your posture and adjust the height of the workstation accordingly. So these are some of the ways in which we are trying to improve the the movement and the habits of office goers. Technology is being used for the same. We blame technology that it is making us lazy, so we are using technology to make people work. In the sense that now there are workstations which are fitted to the treadmill. So across your office there might be certain workstations which are fitted to the treadmill, and this treadmill speed is about 2 miles per hour, not more than that, because according to the study, that is the speed when you are walking, and you can also take a call, or probably you can also work on your computer. Anything higher than that, then you will not be able to work. Correct. So the idea is not to give a workout to a person. You are not trying to make him exercise, but you are just trying to incorporate some movement so that there are no posture related injuries which can lead to long time suffering for a person.
Another emerging concept is that of serviced and virtual offices. So please explain our viewers all these concepts.
See, as we have seen that technology is changing the way we are working now. We are not tied down to our workstations, we are not tied down to a physical space. So a person can work from anywhere. You just need communication systems, you need some internet access and bandwidth, and you are set to go. So people realize they actually don't need actual spaces to work for, work in. Similarly, when people are traveling on business and you are in another city and you need a space where you can call for meetings, you can meet people, you do not want people to come to your hotel room and then meet you. So this was also one segment that was recognized, that where people are looking for spaces when they are traveling for business, where they can conduct business. Also people do not need an actual space, they just need communication systems to run their businesses. To run their businesses without having an actual office is what is called virtual office. So actually there is no physical space that you have, but you have an address, a correspondence address of any business district, prominent business district. So you get a service provider, a virtual office service provider will provide you with a correspondence address so that your mail can come in. He will provide you with a phone number or calling facility where your clients can call you up, and those calls are then forwarded to your personal phones or tablets, etc. So the advantage is that you do not have to give your home addresses, etc. for your correspondence. So you have a very premium address for your business, and actually you are working from home, and you are not buying into any expensive real estate. Serviced office, as it is by name, it is a serviced office where the entire infrastructure is available. You just go there, you can take it on a lease. You need one workstation, you need 5 workstations depending upon the people who will be working there. So you just take those number of workstations accordingly. Your entire IT infrastructure is already available, your space is furnished accordingly, and you just hire it and you start working from it. So that is a serviced office where everything is available and it is completely serviced. You don't need to take care of the maintenance, cleaning, anything. You just go there every morning, you can work there. So your serviced office is available 24/7, 365 days a week, 365 days a year, and your virtual offices are available during business hours. So whatever the business hour service provider is giving, during that you can use the virtual office.
So virtual offices and serviced offices, they are both different concepts.
Serviced office is an actual office space.
Okay.
While virtual office, there is no actual office space.
Okay, okay.
So it's just a communication system which is being given. It's just an address that is being given to you so that you can use it as your business correspondence address, business calling contact.
There's more to technology and office space design. We'll let you know after a short break. What are the services offered by virtual offices?
In virtual offices, you have a lot of packages for various requirements. Some other services that they give is that once your package comes, they will forward it to you.
Welcome back to Expert Advice. We have with us Sapna Srivastava, who's informing us about technology influencing office space design. Let's take this conversation further with her. So moving further, I would like to ask, what are the services offered by virtual offices?
In virtual offices, you have a lot of packages for various requirements. If you need only an address for your mails and a phone contact, that is one of the basic services that they will give you. Some other services that they give is that once your package comes, they will forward it to you on your address. A call comes in, it can be attended by a receptionist or a secretarial in your company name. So they will receive the call, and without any ringtone delay, they will pass it on to your own personal phone. They also provide meeting rooms in case you need to have a meeting. So they will provide you with meeting rooms. They can provide you with teleconferencing facilities. So these are some of the services that virtual office would provide.
Okay. Moving further, now my next question to you would be, How do serviced offices benefit companies?
As I said, serviced office is an actual space where you can, in case you are probably looking at expanding your business in another city, you want to test the waters first. You do not want to buy a space and then invest your money and uh, put all the infrastructure, hire all the staff, and then you might decide you don't want to continue. Uh, so best option is to go to a serviced office provider. They will give you the space of whatever location you are looking at, and depending upon the location would be the charges. What you get is a completely set up office, workstations which are completely set up. You just bring your device, you plug in, and your staff can start working. You have a reception, you have a waiting area for your clients, you have fully furnished pantry, you have cleaning services, IT maintenance, you have conference facilities which you pay as per your use. So you have a fully functional office and you just pay per month. So you are not actually investing your capital.
Okay.
So that is one of the biggest benefit, that it is readily available space and you can just start functioning right away.
But I think there might be availability issues because many people would be hiring it at the same time.
Yes, all these serviced offices, they have many clients at a time, and so obviously there will be availability issues.
Yeah.
That what they work mostly on is a lease system or a membership system.
Okay.
So you can lease out probably for a month, for a year, for 2 years, whatever your requirement. If you see you want it for 6 months, so you lease it out for 6 months. So then you are set. Then no one is going to ask you to leave before that.
Correct.
You can be, if you see that it is a long-term engagement that you would keep needing the offices, so you can be a member of that group. You can be a member of that service provider and you get some special facilities or certain other things. So you can be a regular member and keep using their facilities.
Okay. So my next question is, how technology is driving the concept of virtual offices?
Technology is definitely the reason why virtual offices have come up. It is basically, right now we see when there are startups and they don't want to work out from their garage or basements anymore. They want to have a professional image for even their startup, or probably a small or a medium business. They want to give a professional image to their business. So they are the first ones who are exploiting the technology, because you can work from home. You are 3 partners who are working from 3 different locations, but to give a professional image to your company, you hire a virtual office so that you have a professional image, you have a very upmarket address to your business, and actually you are not paying so much because you are a startup. Similarly, again, if you want to expand your business, so instead of putting your money for a real estate, for actual office, so you make use of the technology that you have.
Correct.
Which is available, and just by getting a virtual office, an address and a telephone number, and all your local calls are that get diverted. Probably you have hired a virtual office in another city in India, or probably in another city in any other country. So you have a local number for those clients of yours in that particular location to call to, and that call is then diverted to your personal phone, wherever you might be in India, you might be in Egypt, or you might be anywhere in the world.
Okay.
So that is one of the reasons technology has been the driver of virtual offices. Another driver is the cost saving.
Correct.
The kind of cost saving, it is about 60% cost that you save on your capital cost, on your operational cost, on your infrastructure cost, on the cost of maintaining that property. So that is another big driver.
Correct. Okay. Now, let me ask you, how popular is this concept in our country?
It is quite popular globally, and in India, this is getting popular. This is much in demand. We are seeing a lot of international players who have opened these services here. We have seen a lot of local players who are coming in. Australian company Imperial Serve Corp have tied up with K. Raheja, and they are providing virtual offices. There are companies like Regus, which is a Luxembourg headquartered company. They are providing service and virtual offices here. A lot of Indian players are also providing these services. According to market surveys, this segment is growing 25% every year.
Oh. Okay.
So which means there is a lot of demand which is coming from SMEs, which is a lot of demand coming from MNCs, a lot of demand coming from startups. And we know with the way the Indian economy is going, and we have a lot of startups, and so this demand is very much there, and it is going to grow. Right now, if we say like Regis virtual office in BKC in Mumbai costs you only 6,000 per month.
Okay.
And or if you are looking at a serviced office, so depending upon the location, if in Delhi you are looking at a premium location like Saket, it could be 7,000 per month. In Noida, it could be 4,000 or 4,500 per month. So the cost is one of the major factors why these offices are getting popular, and one of the reasons that we are seeing a lot of growth happening, because even the technology is, the technology infrastructure is increasing in the country.
Correct.
We have fiber optics, we have greater bandwidth, 3G is coming in, which is making these things possible for the office business goer.
Time for a short break. We'll be right back. What are the advantages and disadvantages of these technologies being used in office space design?
New technologies is the efficiency. Our work efficiency has increased quite a lot.
Welcome back. We are in conversation with Sapna Srivastava, who's informing us about the technology's influence on office space design. Let's take this conversation ahead. Now, since you say the future potential is very great, now let me ask you, are there any drawbacks to these systems?
Definitely there is a drawback. Although there is an awareness about the difference between an actual office space, a serviced office space, and a virtual office space.
Correct.
People are now aware what are the differences between them. These virtual offices and serviced offices are, however, still remain a temporary arrangement.
Correct.
At the end of the day, you need an actual office space, small or big, depending upon your requirement. Some of the drawbacks is, one, it is very technology dependent.
Correct.
So in case there is any disruption of technology in particular city from where you have hired a virtual office, your business gets impacted. You are not able to communicate with your virtual office then. So it might hamper your business. Second is, if we are conducting our businesses only on video conferencing and emails and chats, so that personal interaction, many a times a lot of businesses are conducted as per body language or facial expression, when you are sitting, face to face. So that is lacking. And that kind of creates complications majorly when it is two different countries. Or two different cultures. Probably what kind of body language you have might be not the kind of language they are used to. So it can create miscommunication.
Correct.
So video conferencing, etc., is okay till a certain extent, but actual meeting is still the
Correct.
best way of doing business. Another thing is that in case of virtual offices, serviced offices, it is provider, receptionist, or the secretary who would be taking your calls. How trained are they? How good are they at their work would decide the image of your company. So in case they goof up, it would reflect badly on your company. You have not personally trained them for your own specific business. They are taking calls for all kinds of businesses. So, that is one where one has to be very careful how trained the staff is. And most importantly, when you are in an actual office space, there is a lot of bonding between your colleagues, your people. It creates more collaborations. So that is lacking in these kind of setups. In serviced offices, still you can have, because you have people sitting in the same space. But in virtual offices, there is, the bonding and the intimacy between colleagues is something which is not there.
Now, could you tell me what are the advantages and disadvantages of these technologies being used in office space design?
One of the biggest advantage of these new technologies is the efficiency. Our work efficiency has increased quite a lot because now office goer or a business person is not bound by one to be present physically in an office space so that he can conduct his business. Secondly, communication has become much more easier. Across continents, you can interact with your clients, you can interact with your business partners. So that interaction has become so much more easy. Your works have become so much easily conducted because you have constant access to your correspondence, you have constant access to all your communication. So efficiencies have increased because you can work anytime, anywhere. The disadvantage I would say is that now the line between professional and personal life is blurring, because you can access your work, you can access your mails, and you can access your communication anytime from anywhere. Our personal life is getting affected because of that. A person is constantly on their smartphones, they're constantly checking their mails. Even on their vacations they keep getting official calls, because you are so easily communicable. This is one of the biggest disadvantage. So I'll say, while the technology is getting smarter, I think we need to get smarter in how we use these technologies.
Correct.
So we need to increase our work efficiencies. We have seen, as per the latest surveys, the number of people using these technologies, the mobile workers are increasing. We are seeing even greater infiltration of technology in our workspace. But along with that, we need to use these technologies more judiciously so that we can tap their utilizations, we can tap their utility, but it should not affect our own personal lives.
Correct. Thank you so much, Sapna, for coming on our show. So this was Sapna Srivastava, who informed us about technology's influence on office space design. For more information on design, architecture and real estate, keep watching Spin TV. Goodbye, take care.